In this video, I'm going to show you 9 ways to transform your camper van from average to awesome. What's up everyone, my name is Mike from Wanderlost. After using and traveling in our self-built camper van for the past 5 years, I'm going to show you some hacks, tips, tricks, and build tips that have made traveling in our van so much more enjoyable. Some of these tips will be for people who are in the planning phase and building of their camper van, and then some of the tips will be for people who can use in their existing camper vans. Who doesn't like a little luxury when you're roughing it in the great outdoors? One of my favorite things to do while I'm traveling alone is to watch horror movies while I'm camping. Sure, I can watch it on my phone or my iPad, but watching it on a projector is on a whole new level. Installing one is super simple. It involves a little pre-planning in the build process. All you need to do is pre-wire an HDMI cable in the ceiling and a blank space to project it on. It could be a blank wall, window covering, or even just a curtain. Even on a dark surface like this will work. The HDMI is connected to this lightning cable so we can play anything from our phone or iPad, and the sound plays off the van stereo via Bluetooth. We even have a subwoofer. Imagine getting into your van after a long day of adventures. You're sweaty, dirty, stinky. You want to climb right into bed and go to sleep, right? Heck no, you want to shower. You want to sit under some hot water and wash off all that funk. Well, imagine having a shower right inside your van. My #1 tip for anyone building a van is to add a shower. I'll admit, figuring out how to add a shower was probably the most challenging feature of our van. Adding a shower involves figuring out where you're going to put the shower, a big enough fresh water tank, how to get hot water, and how to dispose of the gray water. Our shower is based off this 32 by 24 shower pan. Although we can hang shower curtains from the ceiling, we prefer to sit. Showering sitting down is pretty nice once you get used to it. Even after traveling for about 5 years in this van, every time my wife and I shower, we always say, "I can't believe we're showering in a van. It is so nice." When you're traveling in a van, water is precious, so you have to be very cautious about not wasting it. This little gadget will help you save a lot of water and make showering much more comfortable. What it is basically an on-off valve for the faucet. That sounds weird, right? An on-off valve for the faucet. Well, what it does is basically it lets you lock in the temperature of your hot and cold water, and then you turn it off from here and not on the faucet. That way you're not fumbling with the water temperature every time you have to turn the water on and off. Tip number 4, magnetic latches. I don't know why, but I love magnetic gadgets. These buckles are made by a company called Fidlock, and we've got them on all our blinds. They've got a magnet on one side that snaps together, and when it's together, that latch locks it together. To open it, just pull on the tab to unlock and disengage. It saves a lot of time when we're rolling and unrolling our blinds. Also, while we're talking about blinds, I got a tip 4.5 for you. This fabric that we're using on our blinds is awesome. White cotton, insulation, mylar, insulation, and then we added our own ripstop nylon to match our van. It's supposed to reduce heat loss by 80% and block 79% of heat gain, whatever that means. Although we have no way of verifying these numbers, I can tell you it worked. In the summertime, this window right here, if the sun is shining on it, it gets super hot. It feels fine with the blinds closed, but if I open the blind, it feels like when you open the oven to get your food out. The sun's heat just hits you in the face. It is blazing hot. And it's the same in winter. Open the blind and it feels like you're opening your freezer. You can feel the cold instantly, especially on our feet. Tip number 5, quick hose disconnects. When we get to the campsite, I'm always the one in charge of all the van hookups. So I'm all for anything that makes hookups easier and saves time. I put these quick disconnects on everything. It's super easy to use and it saves you a lot of time. Tip number 6, add AC. We live in Texas where the summer temperatures are commonly over 100 degrees, so AC is a must. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. AC while camping? Whatever. But think about this. Why are you building a camper van in the first place? It's to be comfortable, right? Otherwise, you could just travel and sleep in a tent or a car. So if you're building a van to be more comfortable, why wouldn't you add AC? It's not just air conditioning for hot days. These Dometic units have an option where you can add a heat strip. We've camped in 30-degree weathers, and those heaters kept us nice and warm inside. A couple years ago, we went to Zion National Park in the summer. And the first night, we couldn't secure an electric site, and it was like 115 degrees. It was super hot, muggy, and it was so hard to sleep. Luckily, the second night we were able to secure an electric site and we could run the AC. It was just so enjoyable. We can hide out in the van during the heat of the day and just relax in the cool inside of the van. Tip number 7. Have an electric side and a water side. This next tip is for people in the building or planning phase of their camper van build. It'll make building much easier when you don't have to run electrical conduit or water hoses from one side of the van to the other. The electric side, we have the majority of the electric stuff. The solar charger, DC to DC charger, battery, fuses, refrigerator, stereo, security, control panels, and the shore power plug-in. The water side has the fresh water tank, pump, heater, sink, shower, gray water, and fresh water hookup. We did have to run a small electrical conduit under the floor so we can power small things like lights, USB chargers, and small electrical stuff. When you're building and traveling in a van, a lot of things can go wrong. It's best to just simplify your design and your build to reduce the chance of anything going wrong. Tip number 8, put USB chargers everywhere. We have 17 in our van and sometimes we use them all. Installing a USB is super easy. All you have to do is run a wire and put a 12-volt source to it. So add a USB everywhere you think you'll need one. Trust me, you'll use them. Tip number 9, no-see-um mesh. Have you ever camped in summertime and noticed there's a bunch of little bugs flying around the lights inside? It could be the really small bugs that are flying through your window screen. Standard window mesh has pretty big gaps, so the little bugs can still get through the holes. Especially if you have the exhaust fan exhausting out, it could be sucking the bugs through the mesh. So what you want to do is replace the standard window mesh with a mesh called no-see-um. The holes in this window mesh is about half the size of standard window mesh. Ever since we changed all our window mesh to the no-see-um mesh, we haven't noticed any bugs inside the van. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you were able to learn something. But let us know, what are some of your favorite camper van hacks or gadgets that you really love? Put them in the comments below. And also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can join us in all our camper van, camping, and other fun adventures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.